Lela Pittenger is a native Texan. She was born in Lubbock to an agricultural family and lived in the Panhandle in West Texas for years. After marrying her husband Greg, she spent several years in Dallas, where she pursued her master's degree in dispute resolution at SMU. They've moved south, and she's become an active Republican in Hays County, where she attended all of the 2008 Republican conventions and even made it to Minneapolis for the Republican National Convention. Over the last 4 years, she has moved from concern to alarmed at the direction that our nation is going, and is passionate about doing her part to return our nation to its roots of Judeo-Christian values and constitutional government. It is with this passion that she has decided to run for the U.S. Senate and to give all that she has to representing the values of conservatives across Texas. Lela Pittenger, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks to all of you for waiting this long and not wriggling too much in your seats. I am Lela Pittenger, and I'm very excited to be running for the United States Senate. A very wise man named Thomas Paine once said, "These are the times that try men's souls and make a woman run for office." Right, Elizabeth? Maybe I made up that second half, but it's true. In the last 10 years, the Lord has really challenged me to demonstrate that my conservative values weren't talking points, but were how I was actually going to live my life. My husband lost his job a year and a half ago, and when he couldn't find another one, I moved from being the full-time caregiver of his grandmother to going back to work, and he cares for her now. Instead of applying for unemployment or food stamps, we planted a garden. And we said we're planting one for us, one to give to the people at the church, and one to give someone else that we can find in need. Because he had the time. Looking for a job is a full-time job, and it can sometimes be full-time frustrating, but he has put that energy into serving others with what we can do. Because my husband didn't have a job, and because the company I worked for didn't have health insurance, when we got pregnant, we had a decision to make. And that child is a gift from God. We didn't have health insurance. When we walked into that hospital and they handed me the Medicaid form, I said, "No, thank you. You can put that in the shredder, please." 50% of the children in Texas are born on Medicaid. Instead, what we did is we got with each one of our physicians and negotiated with them and made a plan, and we're paying them off. I want to go to Washington, D.C. because I'm living like the rest of America right now, and so every time they come to me with another program and idea, I can say, "No, thank you, fellas. I know it can be done, and we don't need China's financing to do it." For our country. What I'll tell you right now is we have extraordinary candidates. I see Ted Cruz made it in this afternoon as well. We all are going to pretty much agree on everything. It's going to be how we carry it out, how we're going to deal with it when we get there. I got my master's degree in dispute resolution, which was shocking to me because as the oldest of 4 children, I didn't know they'd give you a degree for survival. You spend a lot of time figuring out how to make everybody get along, but they gave me a degree for it, and it's something I have a passion for because right now in our own party, we're figuring out our identity. But so are the people in the Democratic Party, and this is an extraordinary evangelism opportunity for us that we've never had in history before. This is an opportunity for us to reach out to people who are terrified, but know that when they walk away from the other side, they're walking away from what was their religion. It's a mentality, it's a lifestyle. And we have the opportunity to welcome them with open arms and educate them and show them how things can work and to be to everyone's benefit and to no one's detriment. But what I do know is I have yet to win anyone to Christ by calling them a name first. This is my passion, is to reach out to the people within our own party, to reach out to people who are a little bit on the outside. We have libertarians who have their views. We have the Tea Party group who has their views. We have the 9/12 groups who have their views. We have independents who basically want to throw their hands up at everyone. And then we have a lot of disenfranchised Democrats who thought they were liberal until they realized how liberally everybody else wanted to spend their money. I have a passion for bringing people together. You send me to Washington and you're not going to find me on Fox News calling people names because I got work to do. I don't have bickering to do. I have a passion for getting us all on the same page. We may not agree on everything in our party, but everything we agree on, we need to get it done. January of 2013, it's going to be major shock and awe for the liberals when they see how many Republicans are going to be in office from top to bottom. But what we're going to have is 2 years, folks. That's it. Because they're going to be working hard for the following election to get rid of as many of us as possible. But we have an extraordinary opportunity because in the U.S. Senate, there are 23 Democrats up when it comes to their seat. By golly, can we turn this around? And once we turn around that Senate, we will be able to impact this country for at least 10 years. That's a good start, but it's only a start. Our national debt is going to take more than 10 years to figure out. I have a lot of people who say, are you a fiscal conservative or a social conservative? And this goes back to, how can I categorize you? How can I divide you? And what I would say is, they are one and the same. You cannot separate them. If you are pro-life, then you are for fixing this national debt immediately, because liberals will use our debt as an excuse to say, we cannot care for seniors and we cannot care for children. We will pay for Planned Parenthood and we will pull the plug. We cannot divide ourselves on those issues. We got to be on the same page, folks. On January of 2013, we need to be ready to get to work. I'm telling you what, when it comes to cutting spending, people keep saying, we need to get back to 2008, 2008. I'm talking 1908. And I'm not laughing. I'm glad you find that amusing, but I'm serious. I'm going to be the Ginsu knife when it comes to federal budgets. I'm slicing, I'm dicing it, and I'm chopping through it like it's butter. I'm not interested in you thinking that you can spend another penny of my child's money. I don't think so, fellas. Even though only 1% of the American population has a net worth of $1 million, 50% of those in Congress have that worth. And their problem is, they know how to generate wealth just fine, they just spend yours like it's theirs instead. Enough of that. We need people who are living like the rest of us. I want to thank you for your time, and I want to say right now,